several years ago, it's like almost 30 now, back in my first appointment, my wife was sitting in the living room one day when I got home. It was a Thursday afternoon, and she said, "Guess what?" I said, "What?" She said, "Church Secretary Sue called me today." "Oh yeah? What'd Sue want?" "Well, she wanted me to host a Mexican cooking class." I said, "Wow, interesting. What you need to understand is that my wife doesn't cook. I mean, I do like 99.9% of the cooking in my home. I like to cook. She doesn't like to cook. We make a good team." So I thought it was pretty funny, and she said, "But I don't have to teach it. We're just going to host it. So for the next 10 Thursday evenings, we're going to do a Mexican cooking class here in our kitchen." So, yeah, 10 of them in a row. So every time they get together, they were going to learn a new Mexican dish. And now let me just confess to you that was like the 10 best days of my life. I love Mexican food, so every Thursday evening when I get home from work, we've got a Mexican cooking class doing a new Mexican dish, and it was just amazing. So I would normally get there before they were done, and so the library sat off of the kitchen, and I would sit there and I'd be listening to the conversation, and I just want to tell you that I was appalled. These ladies, and they just happened to be all ladies, it was not restricted to ladies, but these ladies were talking about their husbands, sometimes in not very nice terms, and they were talking about their kids, always in glowing terms, and they were talking about their schools, and they were talking about the community, and some of them were talking about their church because most of them didn't go to our church. And I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, wow, isn't this just the way the kingdom's supposed to be? Where we get to put people together in a place where it's safe to talk and engage and grow relationships. Wasn't anything that we created. We just cooked a Mexican meal. But they had a space where they got to build relationships, and that was a really big win. So what if in your churches you were intentional, you did an exercise like this? By the way, you can appropriate, we won't call it stealing, but you can appropriate this activity. It's a simple activity to do, right? You could do it in your church, and you could get a sense of what the skills are that people have and what things people would like to learn how to do. And you could create classes around those things and help people build relationships. And if there's people in your church who would like to learn how to do those things, my guess is that there are also people in your communities who would like to learn how to do those same things. So what if instead of just offering it to your church, you offered it to your community and had people from your church who led that class? There's even an app for it. It's called meetup.com. You can post it on the bulletin board and invite people to come, and you could do it at church, you could do it at people's homes, but wow, providing an opportunity to engage people in a relationship that are not part of your church.